This is a HeadGum podcast.
Friends, are you weird? Do you need help? Then you've come to the right place. It's Weird Here to Help!
Okay.
If Jake's willing to fucking take off his judgment hat, we can really move something now.
And we are back. It's time to get weird, everyone. Steve Berg, Eric Edelstein. We're so happy to be back in this weird world with you. As things get strange, just get stranger. I'm so happy to be here now live from Omaha, Nebraska. The greatest man I know, Steve Berg. Stevie, what's going on?
Buddy, you know, wait, what did you say? You had a great log line or a great quote. When things get strange, just get stranger.
Yeah, right?
That should be the tagline for the show.
I think we all need to. This world is getting interesting. And we just are going to float above it right here. When things get weird, get weirder. What is Hunter Thompson when the going gets rough, the crazy gets professional?
No, when
something?
the going gets weird, the weird turn pro.
Yeah, that's it. We're pros.
It's a great
We are
great
11-year MLB vets. We are the Ohtani and Aaron Judge. Or no, we're the Ohtani and Bobby Witt Jr. of weirdness, Steve.
That's you made me cry. Eric, I had an interesting morning yesterday.
Oh, gimme.
So my dad and I, we played tennis. My dad's 84, just turned 84, and he is just still a committed tennis player, still playing singles.
How
even.
Cool!
I know. He's in better shape than I am. It's embarrassing. But we were walking onto the court for our usual 11 a.m. match, and let's call him Timothy, who kind of runs the Dewey Tennis Center. He was like, he's a great guy. We love him, right? And he takes care of everything. He's a volunteer. The guy's he's an amazing person. But he came up to my dad, he's like, Chris, I gotta talk to you. And my dad's like, oh yeah, hey, Timothy, what's going on? And he goes, well, so by the way, a little side note, we play on clay courts. And there's like 4 clay courts.
Roland Garros?
Yeah, well, exactly. But it's green clay because, North America. But I guess we've had a lot of rain lately. And supposedly one of my dad's tennis partners who he plays with all the time was seen sweeping the water puddles off the clay, which I guess I just learned is a huge no-no.
No, what?
Because it spreads the moisture on the clay, then it makes it harder to dry, so people can't play. Anyways, Timothy was a little bit up in arms. He's like, to my dad, he's like, well, so your partner, who I'm not going to mention his name,
mention it.
Was seen sweeping the puddles off the court. was claimed to be seen it was on the day my dad was supposed to play with him. So my dad is now implicated in this thing.
Oh, I love the drama.
And so Timothy is basically interrogating my dad. And I'm just kind of sitting back watching this, wondering how my dad's going to handle this. And at the end, he goes, look, Timothy, the reality of the situation is blank, I'm not going to mention his name, was not sweeping the water off the court. I'm not sure who told you that, but they were misinformed or misidentified it. My dad kiboshed the whole thing. After Timothy, whatever his name, walks away, my dad looks at me and goes, I ain't no rat. And I was like, Dad, you're the man, dude. You're the man. And I was so proud in this moment.
This is another reminder of how you got to be who you are, because you come from great stock. You don't come from rats. You don't come from narcs, all right?
No, you can't.
You're about
snitch,
this Donnie
dude.
Brasco life. Your dad ain't snitching. He absolutely swept the water off. It might have gained a competitive edge for you.
Absolutely.
But what a great... Did you just bust out laughing right there on the court?
I died.
How can you not?
I laughed so hard. I immediately called my brother. My brother was like, I don't think I've ever been more proud of Dad. It's like,
because he's not a rat.
I was so worried because my dad's older. Like I thought he would just and he is an honest Abe. He is the man's he's never said a curse word in front of me.
Wow.
He is a straight arrow. He's never banged a cig. He is the straightest arrow, high quality man. And he stood up for his tennis buddy, and I was like, that is so amazing. My brother and I are just having the most fun with it. It's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it. And your dad's never sworn.
Never.
Oh, my dad swears judiciously. Like, I remember once we went to see Saving Private Ryan, and we were both real quiet. We kind of walked around the Vancouver Mall, and then he just turned to me and said, "You know what, Eric? Hitler was a real asshole."
I mean, that is judicious because I mean, like that, it's like he's saving it for the worst of the worst.
It is. Another time, this is when I finally left home to go to college. I went to community college and I went to Gonzaga, 20 years old. He's not an extremely emotional guy. He's definitely able to share and deal with emotions. But we had like a hug, and we're both so sad as I'm leaving. Then right as I get in the car and start to take off, he waves me down, like, "Oh, here we're at a real emotional moment." He goes, "Hey, Eric, when you're driving, don't ever put AM/PM gas in your car. It's rock that gas, it'll fuck up your tank." I said, "Thanks, Dad." Okay.
You want to know? You know what's weird? Oh God, no, I can't. Kate, she's an improviser in LA. I improvised with her for a long time. She was from like I think Dallas, Fort Worth, or something like that. And she said the same thing because there was an AM/PM that used to be on Franklin, close to UCB.
Sure. Yeah.
And I referenced
Still there.
going there. Yeah, I referenced going there because I think I was like giving her a ride home. She's like, "Don't go there. They watered down their gas." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Everyone in Texas knows that." So I didn't know there was
I've never gone to
like
AM/PM. We're losing them as a sponsor right now. But my dad, I've never. Then I feel guilty. I have done with a rental car, and that's a really sad thing to admit. And I'm not proud of myself, but I'm like, it's AM/PM. It's so cheap.
It's watered down.
I get some mixed nuts in there.
Oh, I do. I you know what? I do love like a planter. It's like a real swaggy.
When you're on a road trip and just stopping at like a big old AM/PM, and I just
so
overbuy.
Oily. They're so good.
You can get like sometimes regional stuff. Like I was near Bakersfield recently, and I got fried okra in a bag.
What in the ding dong were you doing in Bakersfield, you weirdo?
Yeah, a little road trip coming back from seeing Otani in San Francisco.
And you stopped in Bakersfield.
I got to see the great man pitch.
You have a pull to I feel like when I lived in LA, it was always like I can't meet for lunch. I'm in Bakersfield. I feel like if you weren't at home, you weren't at a show, or you weren't at an audition or working, you're in Bakersfield.
Bakersfield is my Palm Springs. It truly is. Bakersfield. Everyone else go to Palm Springs.
No one except for Eric Edelstein.
Bakersfield is glorious. Jake Johnson and I announced multiple Bakersfield Blaze games.
You did, and that's cool as hell.
Rest in peace to the Blaze that are no longer there. I love seeing live music in Bakersfield. It's like the only place in California that's like Texas or outlaw.
It is country.
It is. A bunch of Texans came there, founded it. I've seen Neil Young shows at the Fox Theater. I walked down from the Padre Hotel. James Kirkland and Reg were there. Jack McLaughlin. It was an incredible time. Anytime Willie Nelson plays in Bakersfield, I try to go. Bakersfield is my Palm Springs.
Merle Haggard's from there. Buck Owens.
Are you kidding? And Merle Haggard. He played at Trout's.
Merle famously warned us to not swim in the Kern River, man.
Well, he was right. The Kern River will take people this year. Not trying to bring it down. So let's bring it right back up. Steve, we have some incredible calls today. Let's get into it. Well, weirdos, we are back. I'm weird. You're weird. Weird here to help. Caller, we're so happy to have you today. What is your name or fake name? And where are you calling from or fake calling from?
Hello, my real name is Miranda, and I am really calling from Toronto in Canada.
We love Canada. We love
Canada.
We
love Canada.
And now let me say this, because we're all different archetypes from Sex and the City. Are you a Miranda that's also a Miranda?
This is so embarrassing, but I've never watched Sex and the City, so I don't really know.
I haven't either.
You know what? It's a fun watch.
Eric's a diehard. Eric's a diehard.
I bet I've seen them all.
He went to Sex and the City Con in Trenton, New Jersey last year. Eric, well, really quick, Eric, what Sex and the City lady would I be Cynthia Nixon? Without seeing it, I feel like I would be.
See, I think there's amalgams. I think you're kind of Cynthia Nixon Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm what's the
you're
spicy one?
You're the one who gets around, I think.
I think it's that one, a little bit of Charlotte. I'm naive and and then I'm dabbling and having a whole lot of fun.
You're
But
dabbling.
Miranda, give it a watch because I'm sure you get it sometimes because of your name, but sometimes stuff's great for a reason.
Well,
it'll take you back to New York in the 90s when life was simpler.
And a lot of people have been clamoring for a watch-along party with Eric and I watching the pilot for Sex and the City. So we'll make sure that happens.
Okay, that's going to happen on the Patreon very, very soon.
Everyone's been asking, so.
Miranda, break it down for us. Let's get a album, a book, and a movie/premium TV show, and we're mixing it up, friend. We're constantly expanding. In honor of Steve Berg and his greatness, we want a food item. You're on a desert island the rest of your life. You get a food item now, too. So,
I am starving.
Food, album, movie, book. Drop science on us, friend.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought about this in the 30 seconds before this call because I realized I would be asked this.
Right.
For album, probably Stranger, Billy Joel.
Okay. I love it. You know, when I was a kid, these are all root causes because I love going to shows by myself. And people are like, how long have you done that? 10 years from? Nope. I went to Billy Joel on the Stormfront tour by myself because no kids would go. I was probably 12 years old and my mom said, well, I guess we can get you a single ticket. Rick and Sherry Jackson are going, but you won't be sitting with them. And I'm like, that's fine. So I was like a 12-year-old kid by myself at Billy Joel's Stormfront tour. So I am deeply in with your album. I also went to the Moving Out live Broadway show, and you better believe Billy played. I love Billy. Steve, I bet you don't love Billy.
No.
Why not?
I love
Good
Billy
guess.
because he's can't love Billy. It's not punk enough for him.
No, shut up. I mean, like, not everyone has to like I like Elton John. He's not punk.
I'll take Billy over Elton.
It's
They
more
tour
of a
together.
thing that it's more of a thing that his music doesn't appeal to me. But that's okay. We all have
But
like I'm
there's
sure
so
a lot
much
of
more than Uptown Girl. And the funny thing with Billy is, like, did you watch the documentary on him?
I did because my wife likes him, and so she made me watch it. I enjoyed the documentary because I'll watch any documentary about musicians. That's like my favorite genre in the world.
And he's
So
truly
I
kind of
thought it was
crazy.
well done.
You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just might be a lunatic you're looking for. Come on, that's punk rock.
I'll tell you what, my like MK Ultra activation song is Heart Attack. You wanna know
hold on.
by now.
Must kill
it
the
makes
queen.
me like
Must kill the queen.
it's my
Okay,
Okay.
Well, Miranda, we're
That's your
divided on
album.
Billy Joel, and Steve's wrong.
That's fine.
Break
That's
us off
fine.
with a book, and then
I'm
your
gonna try to yuck your yum.
TV/movie.
That's
Eric, maybe.
okay. One of my all-time favorite books is, I love the Golden Compass series by Philip Pullman. They're like a young
Okay.
reader series, but
Sure,
they're
yeah,
just
fantasy stuff.
so great. Movie is definitely A Knight's Tale. It's all-time favorite
Oh,
movie.
with
yeah.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger,
I've never seen that.
R.I.P.
I remember it was controversial when it came out because they had modern music done by Queen. Am I right?
Yes, it's very anachronistic. They've got Queen, they've got David Bowie.
And they were kind of the first ones to do that, where they were taking like modern music and placing it in like a period thing, and then that became kind of trendy.
Yeah, it's got a very poor Rotten Tomatoes score, which I think is an absolute shame. It's my all-time favorite movie. It's the 25th anniversary of its release this year, and I went to a 25th anniversary screening at a community theater in Toronto. So fun.
Oh, how cool. So people were mad that they had Queen? How can you get mad about what did they want? Like a lute and a lyre? And
that's what they wanted. They wanted a lute and a lyre.
Oh, man. Queen makes everything better.
I was at Umami Burger with one Jacobus Johnson.
Name drop.
When we found out that Heath Ledger died. And I remember we were both like, God, this is kind of hitting us hard. Even though we weren't like, like Ledger heads, but we were both like, he's a good guy. He was a really good actor.
Great work.
Yeah.
Did you ever see, and I'm sorry, Miranda, I promise, but you broke it, you bought it. You know who we are. Did you ever see the footage when they told Jack Nicholson Heath Ledger passed away?
I told him.
It's truly pretty amazing. And I think about it as somebody that plays a lot of bad guys. And that was Jack Nicholson gave a lot of advice to Heath Ledger. Don't get too into the Joker. Learn how to decompress and let those vibes go, because he's sitting out there. You can find this footage easily. He's in Paris. He walks out for a smoke and starts signing autographs. And the paparazzi are like, what about Heath Ledger? What about him? And like, he just died. And then he just pauses and he goes, I told him. Basically saying, don't turn into the Joker. Leave that shit on set. Don't drive
Always
home
listen
with
to
the
Jack
Joker.
Nicholson.
And like, I see people play bad guys that torture themselves, and I worry about them all. Be
Method acting's
more
tough.
like me. Play a bad guy, then go home, blast Neil Young, have fun, hang out with the people you're just terrorizing on set because we're just playing make-believe. We're playing pretend. But watch that Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger footage. It's pretty darn wild. Okay, what about an album? You're crushing it so far, Miranda.
She already mentioned an album.
Which one?
Stoner.
What?
Billy Joel, the
that's
Stranger.
right. Okay, so all we have left is food. We got book. Okay, so I admit it. It's early. I just think to honor Steve, and Steve's curious anyway. He's been wanting to ask this the whole time. But this is also a great way to know you because there's a difference between a pizza person and a burger person and a souvlaki person and sushi. And, you know, you're on a desert island. You can only have one food item.
That's it. It's a vending machine that
I'm going to ask
reproduces
Steve that. Steve, you can only have one food on a desert island. What is Steve Bird picking? I think a lot of us don't know. My gut feeling, I'm going to say what my guess is after you go, but I'm genuinely curious.
Well, see, okay, I'm thinking of like what I'm not going to get tired of and what's going to have all the nutrients I need. I think it would be like a really fine chicken shawarma plate with like roasted vegetables, that yellow rice, really nice cooked chicken shawarma. Got the protein, got the starch, got the vegetables. That's what it would be with a nice yogurt tahini sauce. Good God, that's absolutely what I'm getting after this.
I don't think you're going to get sick of that, brother. It's hard to.
Like halal cart stuff, you know, like that's kind of like the food I'm eating the most right now. It's clean, Mediterranean diet, you know, and it's delicious always. I could eat it every day.
Oh, that's exciting. All right, Miranda, what's your food dish?
I think my mom makes probably the best chicken wings in the world. Everyone maybe says that, but she double broils them, so all the fat comes off.
Yeah, you render that stuff.
And it's a honey garlic chicken sauce, and it's just truly the best. All other chicken wings are ruined for me.
Yeah, yeah. And when you double broil, you're really rendering all the fat off, and that's making that skin really thin and crispy.
Yes.
She knows what she's doing. That's how I do it. Sometimes I broil, then put it on the grill just for those marks. Oh, God, I'm starving. That sounds so good. But Miranda, we're not here to talk about culinary delights. We are here to help you with a little
they
advice.
Listen to the show. It's 30% of where we end up, buddy.
It's very
I figure we should just lean into it now, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Dead man's curve, you just turn more and you're fine. You're cruising on
It's all food
again.
advice from here on out.
Yeah, please.
Exactly
we're here to have food.
Talk to us,
Miranda,
Miranda.
what's cooking, friend?
Oh my gosh. Well, you're not just helping me today. You are helping the Toronto Fringe Festival today. I work for the Toronto.
How honored!
I work for the Toronto Fringe Festival. I do. It's true.
No,
Cool.
Could you? I know what that is. Can you please explain to the listeners what the Toronto Fringe Festival is?
Yeah, of course I can. So we are an independent. We're a part of an organization of Fringe Festivals. Fringe Festivals. The Toronto Fringe Festival is an unjuried festival, which people can submit through a lottery, get their show chosen, and produce it under the heading of the Toronto Fringe Festival. We're at 27 different venues across the city this summer over about 2 weeks. Going from June 30th to July 12th. I work as the patron services coordinator. So I'm exhausted. We're about to do staff training and it's all exhausting, but it's very fun and we're very excited. And we have invited a curse into our office.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on, Miranda. I have one really nerdy question for you. Is one of your venues potentially going to be Massey Hall?
No. It's not.
I need this. There's this important Neil Young bootleg live from Massey Hall, and it's incredible, Steve. Right when he was getting famous.
If you could help Eric track that down, that would be bonus points.
Okay,
I will be at
sure.
I will be at Massey Hall one day.
I will write you a personal check if you can get that for Eric.
But Steve, no pressure. We just have to save the Toronto Fringe Festival right now. Are you up to it, buddy? On this Friday morning?
Eric, I would love.
This
to be
is
in
huge.
It.
We love
you
Canada.
and I should do. We should do a two-man. You and I
say
go
how
two-man
Minnesota's
improv.
the friendliest people, but that's only because we're not counting Canada. Minnesota's partially so friendly because they're so close to Canada. Same with the Northwest.
That's right.
We love Canada. We revere at the altar of Tegan and Sarah, Neil Young, Leonard Cohen, Joni Mitchell, the Toronto Raptors, Vancouver Grizzlies, R.I.P. What kind of curse? Yes. What
I respect
kind of?
Rush.
I heard they just crushed it. 4 incredible shows. My buddy's like, I wasn't even that big a Rush fan. It was one of the best things I've ever seen.
I'm not either, but I like them. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like and respect. It's high mind music.
It is high mind.
It's high mind.
Prog rock,
you don't find a lot of idiots into prog rock, is how I'll put it.
Living in the limelight, the
let's go.
universal dream of
So
those
we've
who
now
wish could
paid
be.
tribute and honor to Canada. Miranda, friend, what kind of curse did you bring into Toronto Fringe, friend? What is going on?
First off, I have to defend. It wasn't me personally. This is all
good.
one of our co-leads. I will blame for inviting the curse in. And we've all kind of now taken up a shared mantle of caring for the host of this curse. So the story starts probably 3 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago. One of our co-leads of the festival went to a value village and found a baby girl doll who we call Baby Girl.
Boy.
Haven't you seen that movie? I think I've died in that movie. Like,
Oh, man.
come on. It's the
gets
only way to
worse.
derail a hit. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Keep going.
So
I'm already scared.
She had
Goosebumps.
3 faces.
Oh,
Wait,
you
what?
could
Fred!
Hold on. Is it like a face you could rotate? You
It
could
was
change them,
exactly.
like,
You could rotate the head, and it would
And they're
change what face was
Are
on
they
it.
like different moods, like happy,
Different
sad,
moods.
angry?
One was happy, one was sad, one was like
Oh,
terrifying,
and
angry.
it's all evil.
It was very creepy. She was a bit of an icon, but they decided to basically buy her and give her away as a prize at one of the artist events, because we host a bunch of like fun, silly artist events throughout the festival where artists can come and be like, come see my show, come see my show. And one of the events, this was the prize. So the company won Baby Girl, took her on tour, gave us like a photo album of her time on tour, and then mailed her back to us. So we got her back. And then,
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, it keeps going. Last year, we gave her out as a prize again, because at that point it was tradition. And then she went out for a night on the town with the company who won her after the second year, and throughout the night lost an arm and a leg and basically disintegrated.
The person or the doll?
The doll.
Thank God.
Right? We can celebrate that. Focus on the donut, not the hole.
Yeah.
And then this year, we reached out to the company saying, whatever happened to Baby Girl? We don't know. And they told us what had happened, that she had kind of fallen apart. And then as an apology, they sent us a new cursed doll, who I think is creepier because she has the face of a baby, but the body of a toddler, and she's kneeling like she's like praying, but her hands aren't quite touching.
Oh.
She's just so creepy.
Satanic.
Do we have a picture of this doll? I'm already so scared. I almost don't want to see this.
So wait. So when you were sent this doll, is it you that's believing this is cursed, or they're like, hey, we sent you, so you open up a box with a little note that says like, hey, we sent you a new cursed doll. Have fun. Hope you have a good Fringe Festival.
I mean, nobody has said she's cursed, but you look at her and you know she's cursed.
Oh, God.
I am looking at her, and yes,
Well,
you're right.
maybe because she has evil, terrifying eyes. Maybe that's part of it. Like, are you kidding? Oh,
Ew,
God.
Ew.
I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm looking away.
Yeah, I see why you think that.
Yeah. Now, definitely there is a new element of this, which is I know for a fact staff now have been taking Baby Girl. We call her Baby Girl Reincarnated, this new one, or BBGR. Have been taking her and hiding her around the office and like leaving little notes for people saying like, come find me. And like people will spell it out in bananagrams letters in the office. It's very like, most of it's in like good spirits for like a fun and silly tradition. But I'm typically not a supernatural or superstitious person. But I'm also aware of the fact that, like, first off, theaters get so many ghosts. We're so cursed already.
Every theater I've ever been in it claims to be haunted, and I can say that comfortably.
The only superstitions I really actually adhere to are ones related to theater because it's so part of my life.
Because they're true. I agree.
And you know, I guess we're really close to the festival now. We have like 123 shows in the festival.
Wow, that's awesome.
How cool.
I just want to make sure everyone's protected. You know, we can play around with BBGR. We can have a good time with her. We can include her. We don't want her to feel excluded. especially she's kind of part of the fabric of our team now a little bit. But I also don't want to invite anything too dangerous.
No,
you would like to render this doll inert.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Like I want the fun of
you're
the like.
You're an expert. My first instinct is, what if we could rope off a seat for her opening night and give her the respect she deserves? And will it scare people? Sure, but it saves lives.
Look, I think Eric is really onto something. I'm going to put a quick pin in Eric's thing. Eric, remember what you just said. So, my friends Dana and Greg Newkirk, who they actually host a very, very successful tour around the country called the Haunted Objects Tour.
Oh shit, get them for Fringe.
And they bring all kinds of objects that have been sent to them that they claim are haunted, and paranormal activity happens around them. But they know how, supposedly, to render haunted objects inert. So, and the thing is, like, you can look them up. Greg and Dana Newkirk, Haunted Objects, they have a podcast. They will take it for sure, and they will fix it. But what they use is a form of chaos magic and they do a banishing ritual. And a banishing ritual is something that magicians use after they conjure something. They banish it so it goes away. It's exactly what it sounds like. So you could look up now. I don't know if you want to like dig deeper into occult practices. I don't think there's anything to be scared of. That's just me. But like, there is banishing rituals you can probably find on Google that you could actually make this part of like the theater show, like a special, like during one of the shows, maybe the year ends, like, hey, we're going to do a group project. We're going to do a banishing ritual on stage, and we're going to ask for audience participation to focus and help us banish the curse from this doll. And then, like Eric said, also, part of doing this, the real thing that I think will work is that you're making it into a bit. I think comedy is a great way to battle negativity, fear, and whatever, however you think of evil, whatever. I do think doing bits and being light with it, if you're scared of it, the fear will only increase. But if you can like figure out how to turn it into a bit and a joke, which you're already doing with the notes around the office, I think that is the way to go.
Yeah, she's a central character on our Instagram posts as well.
Yes. So you're already halfway there.
Oh, you're killing it.
I think the final nail in the coffin for this little creepazoid doll is to bring it into the festival on the stage and ask for a thing. And also, like, if I'm an audience member, and before a show starts or after a show starts, or if it's just like the introduction night, and they ask all of us to participate in a banishing ritual for a haunted doll, that is a show I would remember the rest of my life. So I think not only are you maybe addressing the problem, you're also creating theater around it, which is in the spirit of the Fringe Festival. That seems like a no-brainer to me, would be to make it into like this lighthearted thing, not serious. You don't want to scare the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the more like fear you feel towards it, well, it'll only increase. So I do think treating it as a bit, laughing about it, and giving people a extra little like appetizer of theater. Who wouldn't love that? And theaters are haunted anyways. It's a fun part of the theater tradition when you're an actor or you're in the theater. It is. It just is. Like everyone, even comedy clubs, like, oh, it's haunted. The janitor saw an apparition of Wilford Brimley the other night.
I'd pay extra for that.
I would
you?
too. I would too.
Yes. Ghost yelling you about his diabetes.
Oh, you got diabetes. Oh, hey, if you have diabetes,
you're gonna eat that.
But that's the thing.
Numbers for our house were incredible.
I think in the spirit of what's happening up in Toronto, this beautiful festival, weave it into and make theater out of this doll. That would be my recommendation.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good route for us to go. I like also the idea of like having a designated spot for her.
I agree.
Like maybe in our office where we're located during the festival itself, just so she feels centered.
You can live stream it for this little creepy doll. Rope off put a little piece of tape on one of the seats that says reserved, and place her in it for a couple of the shows. I think weaving it into the fabric of what's going on at the Fringe Festival and turning this curse into theater would, like, look, art conquers all, people. It's the most powerful thing we have in this world. It's what makes humans human.
Yep.
So I would grab the sword of art and go into battle. Which is, which is the theater way. It's what us thespians do.
Yes, and we love a bit. There's nothing
We
that
love a bit.
there's
Bits
nothing
make the
thespians
world
love
go
more
around.
than a bit.
Of course.
Now, let me throw this out there. What about after this year's festival, which was going to be incredibly successful now that we've cleared the energy of this doll? What if we send this doll for 2 weeks to little Stevie Berg? Let him experiment with it. Let him look at it. Let him render it inert.
Yeah.
Get that energy out and into Omaha.
Yeah.
I don't hate that idea. You send it insured. You send it to Steve Berg's P.O. box. Would you be comfortable sharing this sacred haunted doll with Stevie Berg?
I think that would be great. I gotta check in and make sure she's not a prize again for one of the artist events.
Right.
Find out. If it is, we encourage that. When we get it back from the prize, Steve can have a look at it or send it on its way out to be a prize. But just know, this is what he does. This is his life's work. And I think that haunted doll would find a very happy temporary home in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 401k wrapped up in this. I mean, like, it's my retirement plan. Like, I'm making six figures rendering dolls. I can. And I'll study her. My wife will freak out. However, she's used to it.
We're here. Also, we want to let you know for next year's Fringe Festival, 13 Feet, Eric and Steve are shockingly available and shockingly affordable. You just let us know if you need us to MC a gala with this doll. I won't go near it. I won't touch it, but Steve will interact with it. But we stand ready to come to Canada.
And I do feel, Miranda, while I know there is like an application, like an audition, so to speak, situation with getting it, I feel like because we had this conversation with you, we kind of have it in a little bit.
This was it. We won.
Would you say that's safe to say we have a little bit of an in with you?
I think that is safe to say you have an in with me. I could definitely connect you with some good people.
We're in for Fringe, Toronto.
13 feet. Imagine 13 feet.
I want to start
careening around Toronto, trying various poutines. Getting in the mix.
Are you kidding? I love Toronto. I'm so in.
I don't want to crush your dreams. Part of being part of a Fringe Festival is we have to be a lottery system. So I'm not 100% sure what it will look like. But if you guys want to come by the Toronto Fringe this year or next year, we would love that.
I mean,
or put us in the lottery. We'll come and help people live on stage.
Yeah.
And start making that Canadian citizenship.
But also we could do like
citizenship.
Special evening programming with you guys at our hub. We'll do whatever.
Oh yeah, we'll do the hottest comedy Toronto's ever seen. Although that's saying a lot. We got Marty Short, Catherine O'Hara,
everybody. Aykroyd.
There's all the great
Mike Myers is back. Dr. Evil's
back.
On your screen.
We got Austin Power 4.
Oh, buddy.
Coming out. The timing couldn't be more perfect. What a fun call. Also, I love that you're doing I never have done a Fringe Festival. Obviously, Edinburgh was always like the pie in the sky dream.
Now it's Toronto.
Now it's Toronto. Also, a fun thing to do would be to like maybe send this doll to other Fringe festivals around the country, and then it's like a traveling curse doll that's kind of like part of the tradition of theater.
That was kind of what happened on the first Baby Girl's year when she went around because one of the companies was touring to a bunch of different Fringe festivals across Canada. So she in her original form did a bit of a tour, but it'd definitely be cool to get other fringes that are part of the Canadian Association of Fringe Festivals involved.
I think so. It would just be fun. Like I think I think taking the piss out of scary situations with like doing bits and comedy. I don't know. It's worked for me my whole life, man. Well, when I'm scared, I have a very good sense of gallows humor. Like I was ghost hunting about 5 or 6 weeks ago. I was legit like nervous because the place is terrifying, and I pretty much annoyed all the ghost hunters because all I was doing was taking the piss out of the situation and like doing bits and like, which I thought I was bringing the high heat, my A game. They were not laughing. They didn't like my jokes. Although Eric, I was killing.
Dude, that's on them.
I was on fire. I was on fire.
They don't deserve you, babe. They don't deserve you.
They were vaping.
If you're
there was a lot
not
of plug
down
earrings.
For jokes while ghost hunting, go to hell.
Yeah, look, people who are wearing Korn or Slipknot shirts, they do not like my vibe. I'll tell you that.
No,
like,
they never will, Steve. They
never will. They never
will.
will. People who are into rap metal don't like me, I've found out.
No, but aren't you glad?
Yeah, I've kind of cultivated that, I suppose.
Yeah,
that's on me.
Yeah, you're on the fringes. Our friend Miranda's in the fringe, and we're here to help. And we want to thank you so much for calling in, Miranda. And we want a full update. And if there's a way to get that haunted doll to Stevie Berg in Omaha, we would love it.
Absolutely.
We can give you my P.O. box.
We'll take lots of photos of baby girl throughout the fringe and make sure it all gets to you.
Please do.
Rope that
we
seat
will
off for our
post
opening
those.
night, please.
Yeah.
Just
and if we
tribute.
get we'll try to get a banishment ritual in as well at some of our artist events and
I
send
think
videos of that
really
too.
do. They're not hard to find. They're pretty run of the mill these days.
Just your run-of-the-mill banishment ritual.
Run of the mill management ritual.
It's run of the mill to Steve.
My Google searches are not normal.
Oh, you're being tracked for sure.
Yeah.
You're flagged.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely flagged. Well, Miranda, thank you so much. Please let us know how the festival goes and how you ended up treating the little psychopath doll. I mean, truly scary. Although I'm glad it's not the 3-face doll, because honestly, that mood face doll, is
God.
I don't scare easy,
dude.
but boy, I wouldn't want you to send that to me. It disintegrated.
Yeah, she was.
like that.
She was. They're both creepy in their own rights. They both have their own claims to fame in terms of the creep world. But
and just to circle back and bookend this, I'm going to quote the great Steve Malkmus when he said, "What about the voice of Geddy Lee? How did it get so high? I wonder if he speaks like an ordinary guy. I know him, and he does. And you're my fact-checking cuz."
Oh, that is good.
I could cry. Sorry, I just got emotional. Well, Miranda, this is a great call. Enjoy the festival. I hope it goes absolutely amazing. I hope you guys make some money and keep on doing it forever. And we're definitely going to need you to grease some wheels for Eric and I to come to the show next year.
I'll get you in touch with my people. My people will be in touch with your people.
We don't do lotteries, so it's gonna have to be offer only. But yeah, well, no, I'm kidding. But we will. But we are interested. No joke.
Incredible.
So have fun with that. Hope it goes
quote
great.
the great Neil Young. I was born in Ontario, where the black fly bites and the green grass grows. That's where I learned most of what I know, because you don't learn much when you start to get old. I was born in Ontario. We want to come to Ontario, friend. Let's make this happen.
We do. Get us there.
Okay, I will get
on
you
your
there.
shoulders, Miranda. On your shoulders.
No pressure.
I'll book the plane
The weight of the
tickets.
world in this haunted doll rests on you, friend.
Oh, God. Okay, well,
Good
thank
luck
you.
with the festival. Have a good one, Sister Act.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Well, hello, my friend. You have found yourself another episode of Weird, here to help with your friends Eric Edelstein and little Stevie Berg. Friend, what is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Christian, and I'm calling from Orange County, California.
Orange County. All right. Or, it was kind of the cradle of Southern California punk rock back in the early 80s. You got Black Flag. You got the Descendants. You got the Vandals.
Agent
Are
Orange.
they from Orange County?
Agent Orange, absolutely.
No doubt.
Well, yeah, we don't need to mention them.
You didn't
No,
like
I'm
their
kidding, I'm
first
kidding.
album,
No, not at all. Not for me.
Tragic Kingdom? It's
Eric.
a whole play on Disney, Steve.
That is unimpressive to me. But I will be. What's your favorite Orange County punk band?
Probably the Vandals.
Good call. Vandals are cool. I loved them when I was a little kid. Yeah, I used to have a Descendants shirt when I was 12 years old. I thought it was pretty cool.
I think
I also had a skateboard, and I remember I wrote, because I was trying to be punk rock, and I wrote band, B-A-N-D, the bomb. Like, because I heard about band the bomb. It was like a cool thing punk rock kid would say, because it was during the 80s. And my dad saw it on my skateboard, I wrote it in a Sharpie, and he's like, band the bomb? It's band the bomb. And boy, did I feel like an idiot. Anyways, okay, but we're not reliving my my punk rock roots. Friend, if you were on a desert island and you could take one film, or a premium television show, a book, and an album, what would they be? Let's start with album.
Album? Does live recordings of the Grateful Dead count?
Sure. Buddy. Oh,
You're home.
Buddy, you are. Yes, it does. In fact, you get bonus points out of the gate already.
Okay,
Right?
perfect. Then it's
Be very, very specific with the year and everything.
7/24/87 Oakland Coliseum.
Okay, hold on.
Wow.
It Eric, you know what he just said? Eric,
What?
Eric, okay, first off, I want to point out a couple things. 99% of Deadheads are going to give you a show from 72, 74, or 77, myself included. Very few people are going to give you an album from the Touchhead era. And that you just, I don't know if you know this, my friend. I bought Eric a Brent Midland t-shirt.
I wish I was wearing it.
What'd you say?
No, I want that one. I want that one.
Eric is the card-carrying member of the Brent Midland fan club.
Christian, I just lost out on a Brent Midland bobblehead on eBay. It was the last one. I waited. I was doing lowball offers. Also, I will say this. When I went to what we thought 2 summers ago were the Last Dead shows at the Oracle Park, my buddy Scott Sayer and I, the morning of the show, we knew the only place we could go. We went and visited Brent. We went to Brent's
incredible.
grave.
I was also at that show, and I got to sit next to Bill Walton.
No. Oh my god! Oh my god! So
I know
Eric,
exactly where you were sitting then. I know
this is like
exactly
your long
where you were
lost brother
sitting.
right here.
Brother,
I wish.
I'm not even joking. You could not have referenced 2 people more in Eric's wheelhouse than Brent Midland and Bill Walton.
That's incredible.
And Bill knew. And Bill was a personal hero. I got to talk to him on the phone once. And Christian, I don't know if you've seen the 3-part 30 for 30 series on Bill, The Luckiest Man Alive. I actually bought it. I bought it on Apple. It's one of those things I put on after my wife goes to bed just to feel great. Bill Walton, probably more than anyone else, is the person I most aspire to be like. And I'm sad because I'm seeing Bob Dylan. I don't know if you're going, brother. I'm going to Bob Dylan Saturday and Sunday after going to Santa Barbara 2 nights ago. And I know Bill would have been there because his big 3 were The Dead, Neil Young, Bob Dylan.
I am not, but I should have looked up that.
Yeah.
Well, San Diego's not sold out, friend. That's just a little hop, skip, and a jump for you.
Okay, so okay, we could just do a whole episode.
Apologies,
No,
Steve.
don't be sorry.
Rein me in.
No, rein myself in. I'm gonna just one more thing before we move on. Was Hell in the Bucket on that set list?
No, no. My brother Esau is though, which is
Eric. Oh God.
Wow.
Okay, it's so hard to move on for this, especially for a couple deadheads like Eric and I.
And to answer your other questions, I've thought a lot about this. Party Down is my premium television show.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
My book is Bad Karma by Paul Wilson. It's about a surf trip to Mexico that goes horribly wrong.
You sound like a cool dude, man.
Appreciate
I'll tell you
it.
what. You would be a grade 3 and me and Eric hang.
Right?
You'd be a
Completely.
grade 3,
We'll
Christian.
see you at a concert one day. Life's funny
Absolutely.
that way.
Absolutely. Well, and I'm up for it whenever. So you guys
Right
tell
on.
me when and where.
Hell yeah, Christian. So talk to us about what's going on, man. How can we help you today, pal?
Okay, so before the question, just want to tee up, like I have 2 boys. They're great, 5 and 10. My oldest is nonverbal and on the autism spectrum. And my youngest is a completely neurotypical kid.
Okay.
But my youngest and my oldest seem to have telepathic communication. And there was a podcast that came out about kids with autism who are nonverbal
telepathy
called
tapes?
the telepathy tapes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Sure.
I heard that
I'm
was
familiar.
incredible.
I'm familiar.
My wife and I do not have it, and my youngest will just get up off the couch and be like, "Brother wants a snack. Go outside,"
No.
because he knows that his brother's gonna do something bad. He'll be
Amazing.
like, I'll be like, "Do you want to go do this?" And he'll be like, "No, I'm gonna stay in and watch on brother." But I want to know how I can encourage my youngest son to continue to develop out his telepathic connection with his brother, but also B, what can my wife and I do to build it out in ourselves, because we don't have it. My son communicates with an AAC device, which is an iPad that you could type into. So he types to communicate with us, but I want him in my brain. Come on.
Yeah.
How do I get linked up?
Wow. Well, I mean, okay. Oh boy.
This
okay,
is awesome.
so the first thing, there's a wonderful researcher named Dr. Russell Targ, who worked at the Stanford Research Center in the 70s and 80s and did a lot of studies on parapsychology and like legit study. This is at Stanford.
It's not like what Venkman was doing in Ghostbusters. It is.
I mean,
square.
well, no, it really it was actually, but it was being funded by a high profile college, which was probably funded by some nefarious organization.
You beat me to that. You beat me to that.
We won't get too deep into that. We don't need to talk about my paranoia, but there are something called a Zener card. You mentioned Ghostbusters, funnily enough, Eric, but one of the ways a lot of these researchers say to develop psychic abilities and work on it, like to flex the muscle, is to use Zener cards. And do you know what a Zener card is, my friend?
I do not. And I'm pretty
So is it-
woo-woo. I have like crystals
Right.
and Palo Santos and like
Sure.
I wanna learn.
So if you think about the very beginning of Ghostbusters, when Bill Murray is showing those two test subjects, these cards with symbols on them.
Oh yeah.
And they're trying to guess what's behind them. These are actual ways at Stanford. They were having people with psychic abilities come in, and they had test subjects who weren't psychic, but they found, like, practicing a layup, practicing with Zener cards, they found that there was actually legitimate results. And there was actually like peer-reviewed papers written about it. So I would say pick up some Zener cards. Man, you can order that on Amazon, probably get a Father's Day discount if you do it now. I would start there. But like, I do think, like, I think there is something to certain people having these abilities. I mean, like, even like, local police, I mean, like, there's in Omaha, they used a psychic once to find a dead body in the Missouri River. And they had been dragging the river, trying to find it. And then they finally like got desperate, found a local psychic, and the psychic found it like in an hour.
That's
No
incredible.
way.
So, I mean, but like police departments actually, I mean, like there's many cases where, missing kids and stuff like that. They'll use remote viewers to find it. They found a missing MiG airplane during the Cold War that went down by using remote viewers, found it in the ocean. They found it before the Russians.
That Major Ed Dames, Steve, from the Great
No,
Art
that's
Bell
not
show?
Major. That's not Major Ed Dames. It was actually
Did he
Paul
ever
Smith.
find anything, Steve?
No, he just made terrible apocalyptic predictions.
I think we just lost Major Ed Dames. We also, sadly, since we're talking about that iconic Ghostbusters scene, we lost Jennifer Runyon in March, the actress in that scene, who I remember having a big crush
Me
on
too.
when Ghostbusters
Yeah, she's
came out. And I
beautiful.
didn't really even understand what I was feeling. That's
it was
neither
the Zool
here nor
scene
there.
for me.
Oh, big time. Still
Yeah,
does.
great
Are you
movie.
kidding? There
It
is
holds
no
up.
Dana, only Zool.
Yeah.
The other thing, Christian, I'd recommend is if you're already woo-woo, do you have a meditation practice? Because I always feel like that kind of just lifts the veil back a little bit. I would dial
I think you're right.
deeply into that.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
I do, and I'm, finding bodies would be cool. It's mostly snack based right now, so I would like to encourage him.
Well, what do you think's more important to Stevie Berg? Are you
Snacks,
kidding?
baby,
If
come
you
on.
could send him off to find me some quinoa and red millet with just a little bit of bean, ooh, that kid is golden.
Yeah, that's
But
true,
like,
that's true.
you can increase this stuff. And I also always think the little kids are always highly intuitive. And then adults using 10% of their brains slowly tell them that that's crazy. But if you want to get really close to the veil, talk to a young kid about that stuff. And I think it's great that instead of him being discouraged from this glorious stuff, it's going to be encouraged with this meditation, the stuff Steve is talking about. Then I'm going to tell you what you're going to do because it's also your job to increase your child's psychic ability.
Indeed.
What you're going to do as you increase that psychic ability, you're going to call me. And I'm going to start meeting you at Orange County casinos. And we're going to get filthy, stinking rich. And I'll cut you in. I'll give you 10%
Oh, you'll cut him in.
off the net. I can't do it off the top. I'm sorry. It's a whole thing with my account. You deal with him and her. But we need to start using your incredible child to make some money at casinos or
I agree.
sports gaming. What do you think?
I'll meet you at Hawaiian Gardens. I'm gonna need more than 10%.
Done.
Yeah.
All right, 15 and a half?
Yeah. I'll agent you on this.
We'll figure
Yeah,
out.
we'll
Jake
handle
Johnson
that
will pay
later.
for it.
We'll talk percentages and numbers.
but
Eric
I
is
think,
notoriously.
there's a way we can make a whole bunch of money here. And because my dad is actually a card counter and he's been kicked out of multiple casinos.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
So I
The
think,
Danimal?
the Danimal's been kicked out of and I don't understand why he doesn't just get kicked out of everyone. Make money, get kicked out over and over again. But I think it embarrasses him. But there, if we can find a way to make a little bit of coin on this while increasing his psychic ability. But Kristen, just out the gates, you're such a good dad. And I
Thank you.
love how you're handling this. And, because too many parents, probably not listeners to our show, would be freaked out by this. And instead, I think it's golden that you want to increase it and then meet him where he is and get a little bit more intuitive yourself because it can be increased. Steve's also going to tell you to smoke a bunch of weed. You don't need to do that. There's other.
No, that,
you
well,
weren't,
that
Steve.
goes.
You
that,
weren't.
That just that. No, I wasn't. I was going to mention. So
Mushrooms?
Your son who is tapped in to your nonverbal son, does he ever talk about having synchronicities? And if you don't know what a synchronicity is, here's an example. You think about an old friend from high school, and then 30 seconds later they call, yet you haven't talked to them for 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Not to that level. The first time he really just got off the couch and was like, I'm getting brother goldfish. And I was like, how did you know? And he just kind of shrugged. And they keep getting more weird. And I don't think since he's only 5, I don't think he really knows how to verbalize it yet.
Right.
But he's constantly thinking about his brother, and it's very interesting to see how it's grown over the years. And most recently, like I said, it's been snack based and activity based. Like I have to go make sure brother doesn't touch the TV, destroy the TV, like
That's
that he's
beautiful.
not coloring on the carpet. But how he knows, I don't know.
Well, I mean, like there are people who and I don't know if this is part of the hard sciences, but there are people who I believe have like special empathic abilities that aren't necessarily woo-woo or psychic, but they can read facial features, like little physical things. And sometimes there might be certain like physical traits that he is recognizing that to him mean he's hungry. I wouldn't discount that he's just, your son is a wildly empathic person, which is such a wonderful way to be, especially as a brother, like looking out for his brother. I mean, like you couldn't ask for a more beautiful situation, man. Like I love
cool.
that. It's so cool.
It's really cool. I don't know if he's as woo, like he's definitely not woo. My wife and I are woo.
Right.
He wears golf shirts and told me
That's the Orange County. It's undefeated.
Yeah.
I put him in a tie-dye the other day to go to school and he cried. He said, I don't want to dress like dad. I want to be handsome.
That's hysterical. That's hysterical.
No one wants to dress like your dad, though. My dad dressed like a nerd. I wouldn't do anything
no
else.
matter how rad you think you are, your children will rebel in the other direction. He
It's
likes
true.
golf.
It's
But
very
you're
true.
rad, Kristen. You know this.
Appreciate
You know
it.
Brent. You gave us a Brent live show. Are you kidding?
Kind of circling back to your part of your question where you said, how do my wife and I kind of tap into this? Well, there's a wonderful guy named, oh my God, now I'm forgetting his name. Oh yeah, Dr. Jeffrey Kripal at Rice University. And he is a pretty famous guy. And he is a, academic, by the books guy, but he studies a lot of the subject of synchronicities and kind of he science of the impossible. And that's kind of how he frames it. But he and Carl Jung both said the more consciousness expanding research you do, the more synchronicities start popping off in your life. So him, he's like, if you're meditating, if you're reading about anything that's consciousness expanding or like learning something new, synchronicities start to pop up. They actually phrase it as a synchronicity generator. And synchronicity is directly related to kind of the psychic realm. So that would be my, it's kind of boring, but if there's a subject matter that is in the kind of consciousness expanding realm, even like a UFO history book or something like that, try reading that. And then every time you have a synchronicity, write it down, have a synchronicity journal.
Amazing.
And then you can start like collecting data on yourself and then start noticing when these things pop up and then lean into whatever is happening when those things pop up.
Well,
I will also add, sorry, Kristen, didn't mean to, go ahead, brother.
I'm looking at a book called Psychic Migrations right now that I have not yet cracked, so I will definitely.
There's your synchronicity. You're being nudged toward it right now.
Yes.
I also love, and I made Steve do a chant once. There's a Dr. Wayne Dyer. Perhaps you know him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a PBS TV, stalwart. Him and Rick Steves are on there a lot. We lost Wayne. He has this crazy meditation called Meditations for Manifesting. It's like $4 an audiobook. But he talks about doing this meditation. I would say probably any meditation allows you to start to manage the coincidences and the synchronicity in your life. And I have found that to be very, very true. I will also do this crazy thing and visualize stuff. And it is crazy the stuff that has happened, down to doing a tire commercial with Shohei Ohtani, who left Orange County. I'm sorry. But Artie Moreno didn't want to match his salary. That's neither here nor there. But look into both of those, Young, and give Dr. Wayne Dyer a spin, because I've certainly had results with his meditation and managing some of the synchronicity in my life. And anyone's questioning it, You're listening to me now.
Yeah, that's
So,
right. That's right.
Results.
Who's got
babes.
egg in their face?
Come on, they do. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
They do. So Christian, did this help you?
Indeed, I'm going to start tracking synchronicities, expand my meditation practice, and encourage it in my child. Hopefully for maybe not finding dead bodies, but other items related outside of Diet Coke and Goldfish.
No, Pai Gow numbers at the Hawaiian Gardens Casino. And then also through the David Lynch Foundation, they start kids early with what they call a walking meditation. And that is something, and you don't need to pay money. There's a lot of places that do mindfulness. There's even that Soka Center that's in Orange County, the Buddhist one. But starting kids on a mindfulness routine, and you're doing it with them, can only increase those psychic pathways as well, I would guess.
Amazing. And I'll throw some iron in my pocket too, just for good measure.
Yeah, you never know what
Always
to say.
for Steve, always. Keep the bastards at bay.
There's a documentary that I think would be of great interest to you that may lead you down some paths of strengthening your psychic abilities, and it's called Third Eye Spies.
What?
Yes, it's called Third
I thought
Eye
you were going to
Spies.
drop an OnlyFans account. I'm glad it went
No,
there.
but it's about the government remote viewing program. In
Major
the 70s.
Dames?
Dames is a
Yeah.
he was not in it. Okay, he's a little bit.
Steve
of
might be our handler, Christian. Be careful.
I mean, it could be true, but I would highly recommend watching that because I think it might give you some ideas, and also just kind of like let you know maybe some of the mechanics behind some of these abilities that people have or claim to have. But interesting. I would really like to know. Give this a couple months, and I think it is one of these things where like the more you commit, the more you'll find out, like, well, look, I'm not tapped in. It's never going to happen. Or you're like, oh, I'm getting a little better. And I would buy Zener cards. Like I would do that today and start practicing. Also, Zener cards, it's a fun little game. Like I used to have them as a kid and I would just like do it with my friends.
Surprising to no one.
I used to take them to school for inside recess. And I used to give psychic tests to my friends.
Oh, here's our root causes. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Oh, I love you.
I'm a young occultist. But there are these little things you can do. And I watch Third Eye Spies, do some consciousness expanding research, and get those Zener cards.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
And I'll circle back and let you know how it's going.
Yeah.
You as well.
And Jerry, we trust, Christian.
We are everywhere.
In Brent, we trust, and we
In
are
Brent,
everywhere.
we trust. Yeah.
Thanks, guy.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Weird Here to Help is hosted by Eric Edelstein and Steve Berg. If you'd like to be on the show, please email us your question at weirdheretohelp@gmail.com.
That was a HeadGum podcast.